To hone in on the topic of this panel, though, for the last 18 months or so, our organization has been focused primarily on the issue of transportation and transit in the context of this groundbreaking opportunity that we have here in the region through the legislation that Dan described earlier. And we created something called the Fair Share for Transit Initiative as part of this. The Fair Share for Transit Initiative began as an idea and an effort within the Livable Communities Coalition. When we launched it officially early this year, we had 23 organizations that were official members, supporters. Today we have almost 100. And our success, I think, can be measured by the numbers that John just recited. The draft project list that was approved by the Regional Roundtable on August 15th contains $3.5 billion, or 55% of the total, for transit projects. And I think it's still just slowly sinking in to citizens of this region what a transformative moment we're living through here in Atlanta. I think through Atlanta's entire history, and certainly recent history, the conversation about transit has been a conversation that posed the questions as to whether we should even have transit or we need transit or why we need transit. I think today that conversation has changed and is now a conversation not about whether and why, but about how much, what kind, and when. And I think the moment, somewhere in the last year, we passed that tipping point and the conversation about transit changed for the better, and I don't think we can ever go back. That project list that will be ratified on October 15th may change some. I hope it doesn't. It may change. But whether it changes or whether we win the vote or don't win the vote on the referendum next July 31st, I think the conversation has changed permanently, and Atlantans, the majority of Atlantans, now realize that we need to have a transportation system that is diverse, that includes roads, but also includes transit, and that meets the needs of all of our citizens, transit-dependent, riders of choice, people who have options and people who don't, people in every community and county here in the region. And that's how the conversation has, I think, progressed and changed. Just one other thing I want to say before I pass the microphone to Nathaniel. Again, I want to make sure everybody appreciates what potentially could happen here if this project list stands in its current form and is voted on positively next summer in the referendum. We will have 3 major new rail lines built in this region. The Clifton Corridor connecting Emory to Lindbergh Center, a northwest corridor that would connect the Arts Center area in Midtown to the Galleria, Cumberland area in Cobb County, and the first 2 segments of the Beltline that would be connecting not just those segments of the Beltline, the northeast and southwest segments, but with rail track that would then connect and meet the existing MARTA line in the center of the city. In total, 22 miles of rail line, half again as much as the existing MARTA system is. It would become the biggest new rail project in America. Second, we are talking about building a high-capacity bus line that will eventually become a rail line from downtown out I-20 to Stonecrest Mall. Third, we're talking about putting $600 million into the existing MARTA system to upgrade the stations and equipment that serves us now through MARTA. And fourth, we're talking about putting money into critical strategic bus systems in the region, including restoring service in Clayton County, which we all know is so important, and putting continuing money into the Greta Express bus service. And there are other dimensions to the project list in the transit area. I'm just hitting the highlights. But this is a huge game-changing event for Atlanta in terms of what would be built here over the next 10 years and what it would mean to the region and the citizens of this region, which is why this is so important. So the last thing I'll say is that if you want to learn more about all of this, go to the Facebook page for Fair Share for Transit. Write that down. We need. I am the most unsavvy social media person on the panel, and but I have learned a lot about Facebook with Ashley's help and others. And what you need when you have if you're a person that has a Facebook page, you want friends. If you're an organization that has a Facebook page, you want fans. So I'd like to see a couple hundred new fans join our Fair Share for Transit Facebook page as a result of this event today. Check us out. There's lots of good information on there, and I think it can be a continuing resource for you.